Coming up on this second hour of American Sunrise, President Trump firing back at Democrats following the release of emails from deceased sex offender Jeffrey Epstein mentioning the president by name. 47 calls the release politically motivated and a distraction from the Democratic Party's failure on the shutdown. Details in just a moment. Plus, Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman's opening up about threats that he's facing from far-left activists after opposing the base of his party over the government shutdown, why he says he's more afraid of his own party than anyone on the left. And later, a last-minute addition to the funding bill that was approved by lawmakers on Wednesday allows senators to sue the federal government over searches of their phone records as part of the Arctic Frost investigation. Ahead, the division on that issue. Before we get to any of that, though, the developing feud, or let's just call it a cultural music exchange between Dr. Gina and me over this song. Listen closely. Oh, yeah. They tell me those stories and so much more right now on this second hour of American Sunrise.
Good morning, America.
Welcome to American Sunrise.
Whether it's culture,
We have breaking news to share with you.
politics,
President Trump is joining us live now from Florida.
we've got you covered.
This is what it looks like to be a patriot.
We have to protect the American family.
The American dream is still alive.
I'm David Brody.
I'm Terrence.
And I'm Dr. Gina.
Welcome back, everybody, to the second hour of American Sunrise. I'm David Brody, coming to you from D.C. Let's bring in Dr. G in West Palm, T. Bates in our Denver newsroom. Ding, ding, ding. It's a musical dispute. Let's blow off the first segment of this show. Go.
Yes,
ding,
absolutely.
ding, ding.
Look at Dr. Gina's face. Dr. Gina, is it a feud or a musical cultural exchange? Which one would you like to choose?
Well, let's ask our chat because
I haven't even gone to the chat. Okay, go ahead.
you know I'm going to win here, T.
Yeah,
It's a song.
definitely. If we go to the chat, you won.
It's a song by Albert Hammond from 1972. It is not by Toni.
Yeah, that's like, what is Toni?
No.
Toni?
You
I'm
hear
with
this?
G on
This
this.
is Toni
I'm
right
sorry.
here. This is their version. You hear this, right?
That's something.
You know you want to bop your head, Dr. Gina. I saw you.
I don't.
I saw you
I
do
want to
like this
shake
nose
my
and so
head
forth.
hard and say no, never, never, ever.
Yeah. I love that song. That I was in high school when that song came out, and I remember slow dancing at home coming to It Never Rains in Summer.
This is the song.
This is the other one.
This is the classic. Come on.
Yeah, I have to admit, I had never heard it until you sent it to me in our chat this morning, Dr. Gina. Had never heard this song before in my life. Ever. So,
Yeah. Sorry, T, we're not listening to you.
I see that. So here's the good part. I get to do headlines, so I'm going to preempt you guys. The government is
wait,
back
T, what-
open, but okay, she
on.
didn't even cut her mic.
We have to karaoke
I'm sorry,
both
go ahead,
of them
Dr. Gina.
together, and then Rab ambassadors will somehow get to watch when we do the karaoke together of both songs.
Ooh.
That's my new
Okay,
plan.
there you go. There you go.
We'll
We
see what
find
Zin says
common
about
ground
that.
one
But
way
yeah.
or another. I love it. All right, really quick, let's get to these headlines. The government is back open, but there's still no word exactly when all federal workers will get their paychecks and their back pay. The White House is urging agencies to, quote, get employee paychecks out expeditiously and accurately in order to not leave anyone waiting longer than necessary. However, timing of employees receiving back pay may vary depending on which payroll provider their agency uses. And President Trump and the First Lady team up for an executive order seeking to protect young people who are aging out of the foster care system. The effort is the brainchild of the First Lady, and it creates access to health care and food security. President Trump says under this new initiative, American companies and institutions will sign pledges to invest in teaching, training, and mentoring America's youth, specifically those coming out of foster care. John Fetterman, recovering in the hospital after taking a fall during a walk on Thursday. His office says he suffered a bout of ventricular fibrillation flare-up, which caused him to feel lightheaded and collapse. Fetterman suffered a stroke back in 2022, following which he had a pacemaker and defibrillator implanted in order to help manage his heart condition. That's a quick check of your headlines. Excuse me. Now let's get a quick check of your forecast with meteorologist Brittany Lockley of Weather Nation. Brittany, I know it's time for our hometown forecast. I saw you over there jamming to Tony's. It Never Rains in Southern California. I saw you grooving, girlfriend. I saw you.
That is a staple on my playlist. I've never heard the other one before, but you know what? We're learning so much on Rap.
There you go.
It's such a good time, and I'm happy to be here. But let's get into these hometown forecasts. Now, what I do know, it is raining in Southern California, and you guys were chilly in Florida. You know, hopefully you're thawing out, Miss Toné, because we're going to have those temperatures back into the 80s. So I hope you're happy about that. Let's take you to Trinidad, Texas, with those temperatures in the 80s. This is for Army Vet Conservative. This is over on Getter, so you can send us your forecast as well. We're going to see some rain later on in the week. And how about Roseville, Michigan? 54 degrees for today, 63 with that 40% chance of rain. And we're going to see those temperatures in the 40s, sticking around in the 40s, quite chilly, because usually your average high is in the 50s. Now, you can always send over your hometown forecast. We got a lot going on. And as I mentioned, Terrence, either way, whatever song, it's still raining in Southern California. Send it over back to you.
Thank you so much, Brittany. I'm sure it's a welcome change there in Southern California, getting some rain. Brittany Lockley, we appreciate it. Have a great weekend. All right, and once again, folks, if you're watching us right now, you see that QR code there at the bottom of your screen. Scan it and join our friends over at Weather Nation. They'd love to have you. All right, let's get you over to David now. David, good morning.
Good morning. I'm just moving on, Key Bates. All right, House Democrats are attempting to link President Trump to disgraced sex offender Jeffrey Epstein once again on the heels of the shutdown vote. So earlier this week, they tried to do that. The president, though, is not putting up with it. This is what he said on Truth Social. He said, quote, "The Democrats are trying to bring up the Jeffrey Epstein hoax again because they'll do anything at all to deflect on how badly they've done on the shutdown and so many other subjects." Well, join us now with reaction is RAV Chief White House Correspondent Brian Glenn. Brian, curious about what you think here, how the White House is handling it. I'm curious, actually, how you see it. Forget the White House. How do you see it, Brian? Sorry.
Yeah, well, good morning. First of all, the sun is out here in Washington, D.C., and I'm kind of sad that I'm missing the dance party there in West Palm and there in Denver, but maybe I can break a few moves down after my hit. No, this is a desperate attempt to frame President Trump to having any relation with Epstein. And in actuality, it does show deep ties that Jeffrey Epstein had to liberals and to other countries in terms of business dealings and influence. So out of all these discoveries, and we talked a little bit about this yesterday, out of 60,000 plus pages, those 3 emails they plucked out of there, in any way did not show any guilt towards President Trump at all. Matter of fact, it did show that Wolf there had been working with Epstein in terms of how to frame Trump. It was almost a very deceiving line of communications there. So President Trump is absolutely 100% vindicated by all of this. And I think as we see more emails and more information come out, we're going to learn just how corrupt Jeffrey Epstein was on the political side with foreign governments trying to compromise people. So if anything, I think these emails actually help Trump's basically narrative that he is absolutely not guilty of any mischievous actions towards anyone involved. Matter of fact, if you remember, he threw Jeffrey Epstein out of his club at Mar-a-Lago once he found out that he was, a kind of a shady character. So if these things will vindicate President Trump, I am 100% sure. But if anything, on the flip side of all of this, I think this sends a message to people that are a victim of rape or any type of sexual abuse that the government and our elected officials will not let those predators hide from being brought into the forefront and prosecuted. So I think this is a good message to anyone that's been involved in a sexual assault, because we cannot let people simply get away with stuff. So
hey, Brian,
hopefully we'll have a little bit of... Yes, go ahead, Dr. Gina.
Real quick follow-up on this, because I think it's really important to know. First of all, Palm Beach is a sunny place for shady people. Let's get that completely through our heads. There are grifters who lurk incessantly, and that is just a fact, and I had to learn that the hard way. I keep learning it, in fact, over and over again. So just because Epstein went to Mar-a-Lago. Of course he did. Of course he did. He wanted to be close to people like Donald Trump, who are massively successful because Epstein's life was a complete lie, right? So of course he did. But Donald Trump, the minute he knew, kicked him out. It's very interesting to note, though, that in this new, which isn't new, release, it says victim. It keeps saying victim, and as if it's redacted, when we all know who it was. It was Virginia Giuffre, whose book just came out and said Donald Trump was a perfect gentleman, that he never did any of it. So we know. That, why did they put victim? Why did they replace her name, Virginia Giuffre, and put victim? They did it to make it appear as though it wasn't her, so that Donald Trump would look guilty, because that's what Democrats do, because they lie. Having said that, we only have about 60,000 out of 100 and some thousand pages. Are Republicans asking for that to be released?
Yes. And I don't know when that vote's going to happen. It could come as early as Monday. I know that there's no official word from the speaker on the terms of that vote. But yes, and I think the more files that are released, the more transparency, the less any type of guilt gets thrown on President Trump. So I 100% agree with you. And we're finding other things in these emails. There's even some on former First Lady Hillary Clinton in regards to some of her relationships with individuals within that White House. Yes. So if they want to release the emails, let's release the emails, because you're going to find some very salacious information that doesn't incriminate President Trump, but actually incriminates a lot of Democrats and other people in foreign governments, which I'm all for exposing that as well. So I do anticipate a vote happening probably as soon as Monday, but I would say no later than Wednesday of next week.
Brian, is it fair to describe this latest release and kind of what Democrats are trying to achieve as kind of another angle on lawfare against President Trump? And I bring that up because we're finding out that there have been more than 200 legal challenges to the executive orders that President Trump has passed or has signed just since January 20th, since retaking office. And all of this just kind of feels, at least to me, and I'd love to get your perspective, like it's just another angle, just another step in the political lawfare against the president.
Yeah, one of the arguments, Terrence, that's a great point. One of the arguments is, where was all these people back the last 4 years, the last, I could say 10 years or 8 years? Why is this being brought up now? And it comes on the heels of the Sumer shutdown to kind of take a little bit of the victory away from the President Trump. Now, over 300 plus lawsuits filed against states' attorney generals, most of them, Terrence, in regards to the immigration policies, of course, the deployment of National Guard around the country and other immigration issues. So yeah, this is just a part of the plan, and we've seen this before from the Democrat playbook of trying to stop Trump through the courts. Although that everything he's doing seems to be through the justification of his office.
Brian, Glenn, great to have you. If you could send us your dance moves later on, that would be fantastic.
It's an audition.
We'd like
Think
to
of it
see
like
that.
an audition.
Oh, you can do it now?
I don't know if this
are
is.
you moon?
Yeah, is that?
You're moonwalking. You're moonwalking. What are you doing down there? You look like you're on a treadmill.
Yeah.
Security's coming to get him.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, security.
I'm impressed.
Suspicious moves on the North Lawn. Suspicious moves on the North Lawn. All right.
That's it. And I am guilty. All right.
Great to see you.
Thanks, B.
Thanks, B.
I'll tell you what, Ryan B. Glenn busted a move. All right, coming up, John Fetterman shocked CNN host Dana Bash this week when he revealed who he's really afraid of, in Washington. In moments, hear what the Democrat senator said when American Sunrise continues.